comforts for the Lion City Sailors as they return to the Singapore Premier League, where they have been a relentless winning machine. The only side that has stayed perfect in the competition welcomes Balestier Khalsa to the Jalan Besar Stadium. The league leaders are expected to extend their club record start to the campaign, but the visitors will attempt to put a halt to that streak. It's match week 8 and we are halfway through the weekend's program, which began on Friday as Hougang United defeated the Young Lions by 2-0. Yesterday's 2-1 win for BG Tampines Rovers against Tanjung Pagar United saw them close the gap to the Sailors on the standings. There'll be one more game on Monday as Albirex Niigata Singapore come up against Geylang International. A look at the standings shows us the gulf between the sides. The Lion City Sailors are top, 7 wins from 7, and they will go 7 points clear of BG Tampines with victory tonight against Balestier Khalsa, who are 6th, a massive 13 points between the clubs. But if Balestier become the first side to defeat the Sailors in the league, they will move into 4th. Let's hear from the coaches of both sides, with Alexander Rankovic up first, followed by Marko Kraljevic of Balestier Khalsa.
Hi Ranko, first signs of fixture congestion for you after coming back from a tough away loss. How have you regrouped and refreshed the team in this short span of time?
Yeah, how we must. I mean, we just focus on refreshing and see who can play. We have some minor problems with the injuries, and so we had to rotate some positions in the field. But I mean, we used to this already.
Like you said, with injuries, there was some sign of squad depth worry in the Shopee Cup match, and in this league now with the different regulations, so we foresee a similar struggle in that aspect?
Not so extreme as in Shopee Cup. I mean, that was for me, honestly, as a coach, but I think also for my group, was very extreme. Like, I mean, in our league, it's not like that. But again, I mean, we don't have. I said it so many times, and I'm starting to be bored about talking about that. I mean, we don't have such a big squad, so we have to, every player that we miss, it's a big miss for us.
Well, you like your numbers, you make it up with quality, and knowing that you have your options here, how the team set up this time, what kind of football can we be expecting?
Yeah, the way we play always. I mean, we play at home, we need to win, and we want to win. So we're going to play, I hope, very dominant, and we're going to see the fresh legs still so fresh.
Hi Marko. Past few games can be described as disastrous. How do you wish to turn the tide today despite going against strong opposition?
Yes, it was. I think it was all game was very good until we conceded a red card, and after this we was with one player less. It was very difficult. We trying very hard, but it was not good enough, to keep positive results. Now it's going against best team in the country. We need to strengthen our defense. We need to focus on defense and getting better outcome.
2 red cards over the 2 games, and especially with injuries as well, and looking at the players that are available to you today, you're missing some of the stalwarts and key players. How will you ensure that today's game doesn't barrel out of control like we've seen the past 2 games?
Meaning is this part of the game, is the red card, and then you're missing few games, and then after this injury is also part of the game, need to replace another player who is in the squad, need to step in and show what they can do.
First, you have to do what you need to do, and how will the team set the narrative and produce a performance that you can be proud of and that the fans can be proud of tonight? Yeah,
meaning we need to work very hard with fans coming support us every game. They never let us down. And then we need to work extremely hard to show them we are capable of doing something extra. Hopefully we can come out with good results.
Well, great hearing from the coaches there, Marko Kraljevic, and prior to his interview, Alexander Rankovic, with me in the commentary position, former coach in the league and former head coach of Balestier Khalsa, Hide Kames. Hide, good to be working with you again. What are you expecting from tonight's contest?
Goals galore, I think, especially if you look at the side that Marko has put out. They have had a lot of issues with injuries and suspensions. They are looking really weak at the back, with the 2 centre backs not available for picking tonight. But Lion City Sailors is business as usual, I think. So they are going to go out there, and I think I can't say for sure, but they have a very, very good chance of getting that 3 points and scoring a tons of goals as well.
Manu Mahana in the crowd, in attendance with the black cap. tucking into his snack prior to watching his side. I wonder what that is. I'm sure he'll give us an answer on social media if he gets a look at this clip. And just something that's related to the fact that he's watching on. We heard from Alexander Rankovic. He spoke about not having that squad depth or the squad size, but spare a thought for Marko Kraljevic, the coach on the other side. He's got to deal with suspensions to 2 key defenders. And it's going to be a huge test for Balestier to try and deal with the attacking quality that Lion City Sailors have.
It's different when you have a few other players with quality to come in, rather than Besar Khalsa having a lot of youngsters coming in to replace the usual suspects. So it's a totally different situation. But of course, I still do feel for both coaches who are not able to field their first or rather their best 11 forward every time.
Match officials for this evening. Referee will be Mazlan Pagira. It's the second SPL match of his career, following on from a pretty steady debut in the Eastern Derby. He'll be assisted by Andy Tan and Samadi Nawawi. Fourth official is Muhammad Taufik Tana. VAR support available if required. VAR is Ahmad Akasha, and his assistant is Manoj Kulwani. Bailey Wright and Darren Tay, the 2 captains. Coming across for the coin toss. It is a breezy evening at Jalan Besar. A lovely evening, nice and cool by Singapore standards. Pitch is looking in perfect condition as well. It was watered prior to kickoff, so it should be nice for the players to get out there and strut their stuff. Let's have a look at the lineups, beginning with the Lion City Sailors. They have made 2 changes from their last game, which was in the Shopee Cup against Namdin on Thursday. Rui Perez is back in the side in place of Haris Harun, and he will partner Sian Denge in midfield. Kyoga Nakamura returns to the lineup as well. The club wasn't able to register him for the Shopee Cup, so he should be fresh for this game. He replaces Tony Darkovic, who is available on the bench. Plenty more options on the substitutes bench for Rankovic than he had in midweek in Vietnam. He only had 5 players, 3 of them outfielders. He'll be happier about the selection that he has this time around if he needs to look to change things. It's his 101st game in charge of the club since joining in June of 2023. He has never lost to Marko Kraljevic and has a strong record against Balestier. And this is what Balestier Khalsa have gone with for their starting 11. They've been forced into a tactical reshuffle with the suspensions of Madhu Mahana and Mario Shubaric, who were sent off in back-to-back matches for the club. This means we see starts for Anik Raushan, Fudil Iyad and Ignatius Ang. Anik makes just his 2nd appearance in the SPL this season. He comes in for Tajali Salamat. Fudil Iyad gets his first league start of the campaign. He replaces Madhu Mahana, and Ignatius Ang is in the side in place of Daniel Goh, who is on the bench. Not too much in the way of experience for Marko Kraljevic on that bench, but the opportunities for potentially some of the other squad members at the club. Kraljevic taking charge of his 225th game as head coach of Balestier Khalsa over 3 spells. He has never won a match against the Lion City Sailors. So just waiting for the referee to get proceedings underway as we have a look at Mustapic on the bright pink top that he has on, standing out. Shusak on the other side as well in the all orange. Lion City Sailors very much the favourites for this game. Well, to be fair, pretty much the favourites in every SPL game they play. Record has been excellent in this competition this season. And Balestier Khalsa standing in the way with all their issues, the suspensions. Need to reshuffle the side tactically. Can they halt the Sailors' juggernaut? We'll find out at the end of the evening. Thanks for joining us on our coverage of the Singapore Premier League. Match number 3 of this weekend's program. in the competition. This is match week 8. The Lion City Sailors playing in the white and blue, going from left to right on your screens, up against Balestier Khalsa in the all black, going from right to left. Could be an early chance for the Sailors. Shawal looks to take it down. Costa can't get away from Sugita. Matic, first time, goes back to Fudil. So Hide,
Yeah.
what kind of game are you expecting then, tactically?
Yeah, I think tactically we are seeing a bit of positional change from what we expected early on during the lineup where we showed for our viewers. I think a lot of central players or central positions is going to be occupied by Kyoga Nakamura from the right-hand side, and also Leonard T coming in as well. A lot of central positions is going to be contested there as well, with the 5 at the back being played across for Balestier Khalsa, and also 2 sitting midfielders with Elijah Lim and also Sugita. There has to be a situation where they need to limit the space being compact. I think it's going to be tough for Lion City Sailors to break Balestier Khalsa down, but once it happens, it's going to be floodgates all open.
Well, it's a lovely pass by Ndenge. Just a little bit too much on that, but he's right to ask the question of Costa. Good vision.
Yeah. The space is not in the center, definitely. You look at how both teams are going to be set up. There's not much in the center. He has to go out wide before coming back into the center from crosses.
There's Shawal. Down to D. Plenty of venom behind that hit. Early test for Mustapic.
Again, it came from the cross from Diego Costa to Shawal Anwar, who controlled it, I wouldn't say brilliantly, but it was enough for him to just lay it off for Leonard T with that snapshot. Mustapic, again, up to the task.
Well, surprisingly, it was Leonard T attempting that long throw. Very flat, long throw. Headed away pretty comfortably. Well, the Sailors will look to try and keep the pressure on. Pires, Ndenge gets it back from right. Going to start at a quick tempo. Here's Pires. Akram. Getting some good solid minutes at right back is Akram Azman. Here's Nakamura, recently joined the club from Bangkok United. Perez into Ndenge. Let it run across his body. Took it away from Elijah Lim, and Bailey Wright just being forced to retreat for the moment. Back to Susak. It looks like one of those hybrid setups from Balestier Khalsa, Hide. In terms of when they have it, it goes to like a back 4. When they don't have the ball, it's that back 5, as you mentioned.
Yeah, I think Bojanic is smart enough to know when he needs to pull himself out into that position and back again whenever they are in and out of possession. But again, it's tough. Sometimes you have to be, you are not quick enough. The situations wouldn't be pushing you to have that time to be coming in and out. So it has to be chosen at the right time.
Late challenge.
Let's look at the replay here again. I think it was unintentional from Akram on Harith Kanadi.
Well, sloppily given away. Sailors take it quickly. Shawal. Pires. Floats one across to Nakamura, just over his head.
Well, the pace of the game is not bad, actually. You know, the weight of the passes, the movement of the players as well. I think both teams are starting, or they have started well enough in terms of intensity.
Well, Fudil Iyad and Anik Raushan, two players who are getting starts this evening. Rare starts for Balestier. Coming up against one of their former clubs. Play for Lion City Sailors at youth level, and Fudil as well was previously with Home United as a younger player.
Anik Raushan playing in a very, very difficult position against the quality of the strikers he's playing at.
Big test for him, certainly.
Yeah.
Here's T. Playing wide on the left. Shawal tucking inside. Exchange of positions. T goes in to partner Anderson Lopez. Strong wind. You might be hearing it on the microphones as well. Nakamura. Sugita, very nicely done. Away from Lopez. And Dengue quick on the cover.
Well, and Dengue is a player in the center where he's everywhere, but then he's always at the right position at the right time as well.
T. Costa. I think Dengue is one of those players who's really sort of grown into Singapore football, which sounds strange to say. I'll come back to that in just a bit, as Fudil Iyad times his challenge well and picks up the goal kick. Well, we can see players who come from a higher level competition in Europe take a bit of time to get going in the SPL, as strange as it sounds. And Dengue, I thought, didn't look too impressive in his first few appearances, but he's been such a good player for them.
Yeah. I think it's also important to know who he's playing with. Right? I think he has had so many changes in midfield. Rui Perez, Haris Harun, two different players, two different styles. Hamid Shahid sometimes, and also Song Yong.
Vujanic gets in the way. Very deep here, Balestier. But they're playing with a lot of courage. They're trying to play out from the press. There's no longer passes. It's short passes, options, and then they try and break through. Have a look at Ignatius here. Can't get away from Costa, but showing good strength. Costa eventually gets to it. Akram.
I think technically it's interesting how they are going to come out after they win the ball, the possession of the ball. Whereas the Khalsa it's tough always because they are defending most of the time.
Well, Leonard T wasn't too happy with Dengue not playing that pass into him. He made a good run. Eventually he's found by Lopez. Well, he's had to play in a number of roles, Leonard T, for the Sailors this season. He was their main man up front in the last campaign. And he's still producing the goods, scores goals and creates chances, whether he's playing on the right or on the left, as he is tonight.
Well, it helps if your team is having a lot of possession. You can always tuck in much more and be more central. But I think he's selfless as well. It takes a lot when you are the number 9, a main number 9 as well, to be put out of position and still has to contribute to the team.
Shawal. Dengue. Lopez back to Dengue. Well, Elijah was fouled, and a lot of credit has to go to the Balestier number 14 for making sure he was there.
Well, he had to track back. He had to make sure that he was always with Dengue here. You look at him. He's further back, actually, and he recognized that run by Dengue, and he just went on along with him. And knew exactly when to fall as well and win the free kick.
Well, aside from missing Manu Mohana and Shubaric, they're also missing Katusha with an injury, and he's leading the club with the number of assists he's picked up, 5 of them this season. There's the run from T again. Oh, he's managed to keep that in play. None of his teammates believed he could. No one there.
Well, good work from the number 9 again to make that run. I think he has made a few runs behind Anik Raushan. He got ahead of Anik, and he was taking a look before he made that cross, but he realized that there wasn't anybody there, so he just put it in that dangerous areas. Both Anderson Lopez and Shaula Anwar was just outside the penalty box. Oh.
Right, going into the back of Elijah Lim. Elijah Lim, another one who doesn't start too many games, makes regular appearances for Balestier, but doesn't start too many games for them in the SPL. Getting another opportunity tonight. I have to say, I am enjoying the conditions, the weather conditions tonight at Jalan Besar. Look at, you can see it. How the shirts are blowing in the breeze, strong breeze here. And it's normally very humid where we are in the commentary position.
Yeah. Well, it does feel like in Namdin, as you had been the last few days.
I wonder if we'll hear any coaches, or either of the two coaches, use the excuse of the wind playing a part at the end of this game, depending on how the result goes.
Well, the wind is blowing in favor of Lancy Sailors now. They still haven't scored a goal yet.
Wind behind the sails. Perez. Costa.
Catching Costa a little late. Costa trying to squeeze through two Balestier Khalsa players.
Nakamura swings that in onto the header. Lenety couldn't keep his header down.
Well, he's being left alone in the 18-yard box there, Lenety. Well, the first 13 minutes has gone a lot for Lancy Sailors, and especially the number 9, Lenety. Well, he didn't have anyone marking him. But I think the flight of the ball made it a little bit difficult for him as well, for him to generate that much power.
Well, this is already the 4th meeting between the clubs this campaign. The first was in the SPL back on the 14th of September last year. That finished with a 5-0 victory for the Sailors. Then faced off against each other over 2 legs in the Singapore Cup semi-finals. Balestier beaten 5-1 on aggregate. Man City Sailors with 3 wins from their last 3 games against this opposition. 10 goals scored, just 1 conceded. Perez. T. Nice reverse pass to Costa. Could have been a dangerous ball in. Vujanic had to take action.
Well, a lot of attention was at the 6-yard box, but had 2 players, Lenety and also Ndenge. If Diego Costa decided to just look up and to go for the cutback.
So will be Nakamura to deliver once more. 6 in a white shirt into attack. The cross sliced up into the air by Sugita. Much better clearance this time from Anik Raushan. It goes to Susak. The Sailors can build again.
It's going to be a long night for Balestier Khalsa if situation doesn't change at all. Susak has not made any saves yet. only had a few touches with his feet.
T. Costa. T again! Well, Mustapic just about does enough.
A much better header from Leonard T. Cross from Diego Costa's right foot. Jumped up higher, or rather the highest. Mustapic, you look at the replay, he was absolutely relieved. The second touch was the one that put it away for a corner kick. Well, interesting corner kick here. Set up.
As the move into the box frees up a bit of space for Ndenge. To Nakamura. I wonder there, Hide, if Ndenge actually wanted a little bit more pace on the ball, so he could have brought it onto his left foot for the earlier shot.
I think that's what it's all about, to create space for him to take that shot. But the pass from Nakamura was a little bit short in terms of weight, in terms of pace. And he had to turn back to his right foot. And all the work being done by all the other 6 players came to waste.
Good variation though, nice to see. Some invention.
Totally different,
yeah.
Totally different.
Matic. That's Costa. T, again a willing runner down the left. Wants it again, it doesn't get it. he's been quite obvious with his show of frustrations. The fact that he's making these runs but not getting the passes into him. Still having words with Costa on the far side as Nakamura plays it back into Lionel Tan. Costa now holding with.
Well, that could be the frustrations of not starting as a number 9 as well.
Lopez. Ndenge. Oof. Almost taken by Matic. Right. Ndenge. Akram on the outside of Nakamura. Tay with the header out. Perez with the header back in. There's Lionel Tan. Akram. Might be a bit too much on that for Nakamura.
Akram playing that ball to Nakamura to space, the right space as well, but the weight again of the pass a bit too strong for Nakamura.
A few words of advice for Harith Kanadi from Marko Kraljevic. It's Mandic. Just struggling to hold on to possession here, Balestier.
They need to do better. They need to keep the ball for a little bit more at least before trying to go and attack.
The Sailors playing some good football. Stepping up high, squeezing the spaces for Balestier. Quick passing tempo as well. That's right. Tan. A good ball into Lopez. In between the defenders was Anderson Lopez. And he's picked up well by Lionel Tan.
Lionel Tan playing the ball through. Darren Tay as well, really patient in his defending and using his body to cover that run from Anderson Lopez.
There's Akram. claims he was fouled. Referee's not interested in the appeals. Matic. Harith being forced out against the sideline here, Balestier. The intensity of the press from the Lion City Sailors. Oh, almost. Oh, it looked like it went out of play. It did, it did. That's why I said almost. A little bit of a late whistle, but the intent behind that was lovely from the away side.
Well, there's a few passes before that as well that allowed those situations to be out on the left here for Tin Matic, but definitely it was out in the end.
Gave me a bit of a shock there. The play continued before it was brought back. That's really nice to see from Balestier. Again, as I said, that having that courage to try and get away from that intense pressure.
You have two solutions: to punt it up, hit it up, or just again play the way that you always want to play in terms of playing it on the floor, on the deck. There's dangerous situations there, but you know, if you're...
Oh, Elijah Lim has put his side in trouble. Lopez slots that home easily. That's a painful goal for Balestier to concede. Just like that, the Lion City Sailors are a goal up. The pressure has been intense. And Anderson Lopez, to his credit, followed up on it. Took it round the goalkeeper and slots it in for his third of the SPL season.
Really poor mistake here being made by Elijah Lim. He knew exactly the moment the ball left his right foot, had a lot to cover, but he wasn't quick enough to be there on the line for the clearance from Anderson Lopez. Well, Anderson Lopez, credit to him, he was there first. He got away from the on-rushing goalkeeper, Mustapic, and cool enough to just slot the ball into an empty net. Well, it took them about 21 minutes to open the scoring. Let's see what happens now to both sides, Balestier Khalsa and also Lion City Sailors, in terms of their mentality after goal has been scored.
Oh, Costa giving Susak some work to do. Come down the other end, looking for a quick response, and they found it! Balestier have their equalizer straight away. Mondic was involved, Ignatius Ang was involved. It might be an own goal.
This is absolutely amazing to see Balestier Khalsa coming forward straight away. I think I was just mentioning to see how both teams are going to react. And Balestier Khalsa straight away to go on an attack. Unfortunate for them to really concede that kind of goal. But we have seen enough from Balestier Khalsa to know that they can score goals and threaten opposition sides. Let's look at this again. Yeah, I think it could be Lionel Tan having that final touch.
It's a close one. Oof. This might tell us.
I still can't see.
Might be a case of Lionel in his attempt to clear, just kicking that into the boot of Mandic. We'll see who it's been officially awarded to. We're just waiting to get some confirmation on that.
Well, credit to Mandic as well. He had to be there. As a striker, he had to be there.
Nice movement.
Yeah, so even if he had, or rather, even he was gambling to be there, as a striker, you have to be in those dangerous positions. Whatever happens, if the cross doesn't come, even if it comes, you have to make sure that you're in the right position, and he was. Whether he took that last touch or not, only both of them knows.
So being told that it's been awarded as a Lionel Tan own goal. Unfortunately for him. Sugita, Balestier on the break. Harith. There's Elijah, who will be feeling a lot better about things. Fudil. Neshasang leaps well, giving away quite a bit in terms of height as compared to right and Lionel Tan, but he found the position in between the two.
Great delivery as well from Fudil. Was just perfect in between those two centre backs for Ignatius Ang. I think he was again quite far away from the goal to really threaten Ivan Susak.
Well, a great start to this contest. Costa. And Dengue, beautiful football by the Sailors! Costa with the finish! They're back in front. Wonderful work in that left half space. Costa and Ndengue combining for the go-ahead goal.
That's quality there. From Lions E Sailors. Two players again showing their quality, their experience. Look at the movement of Ndengue as well, taking Elijah away, and then being in a position where he can receive and just playing it forward for Diego Costa to score and again restore Lions E Sailors' lead. Really easily being carved apart by Lions E Sailors here, Balestier Khalsa. I do hope for the same reaction from Balestier Khalsa.
Sugita tries to get away from Lionel Tan. Shoved off the ball. Oh, free kick is awarded, and there's going to be a booking as well for Harith Kanadi.
Yeah, he knew. I think he knew what he was doing. I think he knew that maybe the frustrations that the fact that he didn't get the foul early on from the challenge on Sugita.
Costa. There's Lim. Good atmosphere here at Jalan Besar as well. Mandic trying to close down Lionel Tan. Dengue. T. Quickly on to Costa. Nishasang getting in the way. Matic. Nicely taken down. Into the space for Harith Kanadi. Just forced to hold it up. Go back for the moment. Wait for support to arrive. Costa, by the way, up to 2 goals in the SPL this season. Let's take Vujanic. Cross to Anik. Fudil. Pass down the line to Ang. Caused problems with the equaliser for Balestier. Flag has gone up for offside. Nakamura. Oh, that's a brilliant ball to Akram. First time for Lopez. Another exquisite goal. Crafted by the Lion City Sailors. Lopez gets his second on the night. The Sailors up to 3.
Pleasant to the eyes, wasn't it, Roshan? The quality of the pass from Kyoga Nakamura. And look at the timing of the run from Akram as well. He still had some trouble to play the ball into the penalty box with the pressure coming in from Darren Tay, but he did it absolutely well. And Anderson Lopez didn't need any invitation as well for him to finish that chance. But I do hope for Balestier Khalsa's sake, they still stay compact, their heads don't go down. And it's not going to be a big scoreline after this.
Akram Azman picking up his third assist. Put that very nicely into the path of Anderson Lopez. Up to 4 goals this season now. Matic looks to be in some trouble. Taking a painful knock, he stayed down, play continues, yes T. And Sailors well within their rights to keep going. They'll put it out now.
Well, he did look like he was in a lot of pain right after the challenge. Well, Bailey got the ball, and I think it was just the momentum of Bailey Wright clashing into the shin of Tin Matic.
Yeah, just the impact can be painful. But it's one of those that you can run off. Strong challenge from Bailey Wright. Clean one. Nothing wrong with it. Well timed. Nakamura. Akram. Again, lovely weight on that ball to Akram Azman, but Harit did well to recover.
Oh, it is a corner kick, looks like.
So Sailors looking to flood the 6-yard box on this delivery. It's a good ball in. Vujanic smashing against the post. But he's all right. Perez. Dengue. Akram. Perez. Costa. is right. Dengue. Here's Nakamura. Oh, look at that. A lovely ball in. Shower with the run. Just has to put the contact on it. But it's Nakamura. Floats it effortlessly almost onto the run of Shower. Balestier are being taken apart.
Look at this quality here from Hyoga Nakamura. Again, right above Vujanic, but not too far away for Shawal Anwar. And he was just outside the 6-yard box. You don't really miss from that distance, Shawal Anwar. And we are seeing a lot of play being done in front of the Balestier Khalsa's defense. But as soon as the ball gets into the penalty box from the crosses, you know, we see a lot of vulnerability over there from Balestier Khalsa.
Matic. T. There's Ndenge. They want more. The Lion City Sailors. Costa. Well, quick point to clarify. Subaric is missing because he's injured, not because he's suspended. Akram with the cross, Shower with the header, just wide.
Oh, wow. It's not that far. Akram again sending it in. Sending it to the head of Shawal Anwar. Is really not that far off. Balestier Khalsa struggling against those crosses. Really missing the two centre backs.
And quick closing down. Well, they had some courage in their play earlier, Balestier Khalsa. But they're just being squeezed tighter and tighter. Anik. Following the run of Shawal, it was always going to be a problem for Balestier coming into this game without Madhu Mahana, without Mario Subaric, without Katusha. And even with those players available, it was going to be a test for them.
But there's too much quality from Lion City Sailors here. You know, it seems like a training match. An attack versus defense. Always in the Balestier Khalsa's half. And look at the work after they lose the ball.
Yeah, really.
A
really
sea of
good.
wide players.
Oh, look at this again. Shawal's through once more. Mustafic,
Oh.
excellent save.
It started from the right-hand side, and in the end, Shawal Anwar got to the ball inside the penalty box. Only had a goalkeeper to beat. Much easier than his goal earlier on.
You know, I hope we don't see the Lion City Sailors in the second half take their foot off the gas. I'm enjoying this so much.
Yeah.
This is the kind of performance you want to see from them.
Exactly, the pace, the intensity, the work of the ball.
Nakamura. Costa. Again, everything happening quickly. No let up. Yeah, pressing again. Costa wins it fairly. Lopez. Angle just wasn't on for him, but Shawal keeps that in play. Akram, Perez, Nakamura. That was Vujanic. Sliced out for a corner. Now, I can tell you, away from what you're seeing on your screens, Ivan Susak, he has conceded a goal, but he hasn't had much else to do, having to keep himself warm at the halfway line.
Yeah, it's tough. Tough being him.
Nakamura. Matic. Not a great hitter away. He was flicked on almost towards the far side. Nothing coming of it in the end. It's Vujanic. Dengue. Drew Vujanic in. And no complaints about that booking, I think, coming from Lazar Vujanic.
I think no one in the stadium can complain about that as well.
What a run from Ndenge.
He was just waiting for the contact to be made, just touching it back to further back to his right foot, and waiting for Vujanic to commit that foul.
Super athleticism from Ndenge. We only saw the foul there, the contact, but prior to that, he had burst past 3 players. Nakamura. Another good ball in, and Mustapic had to take action. That was headed in.
Mustapic, good reach by the goalkeeper here. And again, Balestier Khalsa having a lot of trouble with set pieces. I don't think Edison Lopez knew exactly what he was doing there, except that he was just putting his head in.
So Costa to take this. Ken, 6 in the box for the Sailors to attack the delivery. Finds head of Vujanic and then Fudil. Harit can't prevent the throw. Akram. Nakamura. Right. Minimum of 2 minutes to be added on. Hang. Sugita. Matic offering an option. Receives the pass from Elijah Lim, gives it back to his teammate, who finds a way out. Nicely done. Space on the far side. And on this near side for Harith before he moves back in field. Svujanic. That's Harith Kanadi. That's a waste. And Darren Tay is saying the same thing.
Keep it. The faster you give it away, the faster you're going to go back defending.
That's Leonard T. Nakamura. Okay, looking for the pass on the inside of Harith Kanadi. Well placed this time around. Matic, some space for Balestier to work with now. There's Ang. Sugita makes a run. Very tidy take up against Nakamura and Akram Azman. He needs help to arrive. Does in the form of Harith Kanadi, who eventually gets it via Elijah Lim. Harith, good shape on that cross. Costa heads away. Fudil collects. Matic, good delivery. Susak with the punch. And Dengue helps it on to Shawal. And the referee brings a halt to this first half. What a thrilling first half for football. A first 45 in which Balestier Khalsa have been blown away by the power of the Lion City Sailors. The quality that they've shown on full display, both in attack and without the ball. Anderson Lopez with the opening goal in the 22nd minute. And then we were told it was an own goal from Lionel Tan for Balestier's equalizer just a couple of minutes after that. But Costa then gave Lion City Sailors the lead in the 27th. Lopez again scoring on the 32nd. And then Shawal Anwar in the 37th. Which means Lion City Sailors go into the break leading by 4-1. Welcome back to Jalan Besar Stadium. A lovely sight, full moon. The skies of Singapore this evening. Very comfortable evening at Jalan Besar weather-wise, and also for the Lion City Sailors, leading by 4-1. Complete dominance in the first 45 minutes. Let's have a look at the highlights. You see the intensity of play from the home side, leading to this opening goal. Anderson Lopez in the 22nd minute, pouncing on a mistake by Elijah Lim to put the Sailors in front.
There's a lot of work from Lion City Sailors here off the ball to win the ball back. And that forced Elijah Lim to make this mistake. Well, Anderson Lopez, again, first to the ball, calmly across Mustapic, and also slotting it into the empty net for the first goal of the night.
Big error by Elijah Lim. Anderson Lopez on hand to punish Balestier, but they responded very quickly. A scramble at the back, some panic here. Susak with the clearance. Fudel with the header. Into Ignatius Ang in a dangerous cross. Bundled across his own goal line by Lionel Tan, unfortunately.
It's really hard to tell who got the last touch, but again, I mentioned earlier on, Andej had to be there, had to gamble himself and just launch himself forward there for the near post cross. Well, I really think he got that final touch. I think Lionel Tan wanted to clear the ball and maybe hit him last.
Well, unfortunately for Lionel Tan, what we're hearing officially is that it's awarded as an own goal, so we have to stick with that for the moment. Costa, just a couple of minutes after that though, giving the Sailors the lead once again after some lovely link-up play with Ndenge.
Really simple between these two players here. Just get in position. After you pass, you move to a new one as well, and that quality of the pass from Ndenge, enough pace for that first time shot to be made by Diogo Costa.
That was in the 27th minute. Then in the 32nd, Nakamura with the pass into Akram Azman, who lifted it onto the head of Anderson Lopez to make it 3.
Well, we talk about good passes. Look at Kyoga's pass and look at the quality of the cross as well from Akram here. Straight to that diving header by Lopez. It's quite easy as well for Lion City Sailors to carve Balestier Khalsa apart.
In the 37th minute, Shaul Anwar getting his 4th goal in the SPL to make it 4-1. Again, have a look at this from Kyoga Nakamura.
These are the goals that we are talking about, but there were also a few times where Kyoga Nakamura made a lot of quality crosses from similar positions, and this time around Shaul Anwar was there on hand to score the 4th goal for Lion City Sailors.
Directing that very nicely past Mario Mustapic. As we have a look at some of the numbers from that first half, complete dominance by the Lion City Sailors today.
You look at the numbers, it tells you the exact story that is being seen in the scoreline as well. 62% possession against Balestier Khalsa's 38. 10 attempts and 8 of them were on target. 6 corners to 0. I hope it's going to be the same in the second half as well for the fans, and also the quality of football that they have brought in the first for us to enjoy it.
So, yep, here we go. Match week 8. What else has gone on? Started on Friday. Hougang with a 2-0 win against the Young Lions. BG Tampines closed the gap between themselves and the Lion City Sailors with their 2-1 win against Tanjung Pagar United yesterday. But the Sailors look to be headed towards 3 points and extending their lead once again at the top of the standings. We wrap up match week 8 with a game tomorrow at Jurong East Stadium, Albirex against Jalan. We'll go away for another break, and when we come back, we will have the second half between these two sides live from Jalan Besar. Welcome back to Jalan Besar Stadium. Jalan City Sailors 4, Balestier Khalsa 1. After that first half, it was all about the Jalan City Sailors. And 5 goals in this match, all of them scored by a Jalan City Sailors player. Sailors with 10 shots, 8 of them on target in the first half. It's been a one-sided contest so far, and Balestier Khalsa have decided to make 2 changes. They try and muster up some kind of response for the second 45. Tajali Salamat and Daniel Goh are both coming on for Balestier, and Anik and Ignatius Ang are the players who are coming off. Leonard T, not one of the goal scorers just yet. There is Tajali. Will be coming on in central defense for the second half. Daniel Goh, the other player who is also on. Anderson Lopez for the Jalan City Sailors with 2 goals tonight. Diogo Costa and Shaul Anwar. The rest for the Jalan City Sailors. And Balestier Khalsa, their goal was scored by Lionel Tan. So Hide, what do you think we're going to see in this second half?
Well, I think off air we mentioned about hoping that the intensity, the pace, the power, the competitiveness will not diminish over the course of the second half. But I think for Balestier Khalsa, it's just about damage limitation. You know, I don't think they're gonna get anything out of this game in terms of points. But let's try to keep the score as low as possible. Let's try to find time and quality in our counter-attacks. Let's defend a little bit better as well. Let's not give that much space to Jalan City Sailors, especially in those central areas. Let's stop the crosses from Kyoga Nakamura for a start as well. But for Jalan City Sailors, we do hope for the same quality everywhere, every part of the pitch when they are in possession, and of course out of possession, that the eagerness, that desire to win the ball back.
Here's Costa. Right. But the Jalan City Sailors only have the Singapore Premier League left to focus on. Already won the Singapore Cup. They're out of the Shopee Cup. They still have 1 game left in their competition. They can't go through from the group. Also knocked out the group stage in AFC Champions League 2. Lopez going for the hat-trick.
Balestier Khalsa playing a really dangerous game. They don't deal with crosses well, but they're not stopping those crosses from coming in. And that's something that they have to think about.
Just looking ominous for the rest of the league, isn't it here? The fact that the Jalan City Sailors, they're not going to have any fixture congestion. They've got so much quality, and if they're in this sort of form, it's difficult to see them dropping points. Still some way to go, but you just struggle to see where they might drop points. Maybe against BG Tampines.
Even then, I still find it difficult for BG Tampines to get something out of the game. But that's a huge factor, because I think they don't have anything else. Their work rate should go higher. Their off the ball desire to win the ball back, and you know, the Guggen pressing or whatever you call that, it needs to be better as well, because they don't have to run in any other matches.
Well, Pedro Ryan is not happy with the reaction of Daniel Goh. There's going to be a booking for him. All right, going over to have a few more words, and Tajali just getting in the way. Here's another look at what happened, Hide.
Yeah, let's take a look.
He went in late.
Yeah, but I don't think there was any violent intent there. He wanted to go for the ball, and yeah, he was just a little late. Yellow card would suffice.
He's just come on and he's already booked. Daniel Go. Well, they have to be careful, Balestier. They've had players sent off in back-to-back matches. Third yellow card of the game.
Well, they need 11 players on the pitch to make the scoreline at least respectable for Besar Khalsa.
Harith Kanadi, Lazar Vujanic, and now Daniel Go. 3 Balestier players have been booked. There's a delay here, and I wonder if they're just looking to see if there's anything else that they need to do with regard to this Daniel Go situation. I don't think so. Yep, on we go. There's Vujanic. Wins the header. Perez picks it up for the Lion City Sailors. Akram Azman. Daniel Go with his second yellow card of the SPL season. There's Lopez. Darante just getting to the ball ahead of him.
Smart play from Darante, winning the goal kick.
Stoppage. He's a little bit annoyed with himself there, Lionel Tan. Shouldn't really be. It does give Sailors an opportunity to keep the pressure on. And try and stay in the opposition half. Arkam with a good climb. Nicely won that header. There you go. It's been turned over. Dengue. There's Akram. Perez. On the books of FC Porto. As an academy player. Former Portuguese youth international. There's Akram Azman. Good ball in. Shawal. Too much contact on that.
Shaulano just giving a thumbs up to Akram Azman on his left foot for that cross. But I do have to give it to Akram Azman. I think he has improved a lot on his crossing abilities ever since his move to Lion City Sailors.
A problem for Darante. Looks to be clutching his ankle. He went down, needed treatment immediately. As we have a look at Alexander Rankovic. It's been a successful time for him at the Lion City Sailors. 3 Singapore Cup titles, 1 SPL title, and looking so good this season on the domestic front as well.
Well, I think this season, in terms of domestic football, he shouldn't have any problem securing both the league and the cup, which they have already won. But in terms of international competitions, he should be disappointed in terms of the results that he have gotten for the team. More reinforcements. He can say that the squad is small, but there's a lot of quality in that squad.
Stoppage. That's Perez with the header. Shawal. On to T. It's then a T. Lopez. Nakamura. Touched out for a corner by Daniel Goh.
Again, Nakamura giving time and space for the cross. Oh, that's a...
Does that come off the arm?
Yeah.
Is that going to be...
Yeah. I think that's what the players, Lion City players, are talking to the referee about. Is it going to be...
It will be checked. Of course it will be looked at. Almost everything is in the background. But they might not have seen anything really wrong with that. So on we go. Nakamura. That's come off right. And now Balestier saying there was a handball. It's Elijah Lim. Gets away with it. But just going back to the point you were making here about expectations placed on the Lion City Sailors, they've certainly raised the bar in terms of what they've done for themselves and what they show can be done for Singapore football.
Yeah, I think they should be reflecting on their season as well. Again, domestically, they are expected to win with the quality that they have, the amount of money that they've spent, and the staff, the other resources that they have available to them. But they should be I wouldn't say winning, but doing better in terms of international competitions. Especially this season, I think they've been in the group stage of Shopee Cup, didn't manage to qualify. Champions League as well.
As Perez, a late challenge on Sugita. But just to also give you a bit of a background on the situation around Southeast Asia with the clubs that are involved in the Shopee Cup, for example. A lot of these squads have much bigger investment in the playing staff and playing squad sizes. So perhaps Rankovic is comparing his squad depth to what there is elsewhere in the region. Namdin, for example, have players who don't play in the domestic league. They just keep them for AFC Champions League 2 and Shopee Cup. So they actually have the financial power to have players who are sitting and waiting for continental football.
Well, it surprises me as well, because as players, I wouldn't be wanting to sit around watching league games week by week and not play, and only play for the Champions League or the Shopee Cup.
Well, what the Sailors have, it might seem strange to say, but a blessing and a curse at the same time. Blessed with all this talent in the domestic league, expected to sweep everything on the home front. And the curse is that those expectations continue onto the continental stage as well.
I think what we were critical about previously was that Lion City Sailors wasn't a team that entertained.
Yes.
They were good, they were efficient, but they were not entertaining to watch at all. But we are seeing a different LCL side over the last few weeks.
Akram with the cross. Vujinac couldn't really get much direction on his header, but it thankfully for him fell to Darren Tay. Yeah, it's an interesting discussion to have, isn't it? I think across the world of football, there is an expectation that the top sides, with the best players, you feel like they should be winning games in style. They should be entertaining.
I think it's different contexts altogether, especially when you're in Singapore. You have, Maxime Lestienne was a $1 million player. That's what you expect from a $1 million player as well, to entertain fans, to give quality.
Costa's cross. Vujinac with the intervention, and it was picked up by Sugita. That's Perez a little bit late, colliding with Fudil.
And we have seen the intensity go down ever since the start of the second half. We haven't seen a lot of action from Lion City Sailors towards Balestier Khalsa's penalty box. Well, could be a change for Lion City Sailors.
Yeah, we are about to see Aguero coming on. And it's Rui Perez who'll be off. Right. It's in the way of that cross. Mandic slamming it into the legs of Nakamura. Dengue. That's Tanda. Well, Matic with a clever turn. Lionel Tan with the foul on the top of the penalty area. As the change happens for the Lion City Sailors. Rui Perez is done for the night. And Lucas Aguero, 21-year-old Brazilian, is going to be coming on.
Rui Perez just slowly walking towards the center line. Well, decent game by Rui Perez.
So Aguero gets an appearance for the Lion City Sailors in the Singapore Premier League, joining them from the Young Lions. Matic. Grass cutter of an effort. Dealt with by the wall. First appearance for Aguero in the SPL for the Lion City Sailors. Made 5 appearances in the league for the Young Lions. Shawal, time on the turn. Aguero looking to make an instant impact. Stopped by Mustapic.
First touch on the ball. The substitute, and it was a shot towards Mustapic. What an introduction it would have been.
He's got a brilliant goal, Aguero, against the Lion City Sailors when he was playing for the Young Lions. Oh, look at that from Elijah Lim. Beautifully done. Dengue. Nakamura. Dengue. Nakamura. It's just an ease at which he delivers those crosses into the area.
Well, he has quality on his left foot, but again, I'm just really surprised that he has been able to do it, been allowed to do that time and time again by that side, or the left side of Balestier Khalsa.
Dengue. There's T. Good touch into Costa. I wanted it back again. He's just saying, give it back to me. It's been a common complaint for Lenati this evening. Akram. The one on the far side. Costa arriving, but goal gets there first.
I thought that Akram's ball was actually a decent ball, and Lennon T was supposed to be there.
There's Aguero. Before coming to Singapore, was playing for a Russian club called Broke Boys. It's gone from the Broke Boys to the richest club in Singapore football. Costa. There's Aguero around the outside. He was fouled.
Yeah, caught him late. Again, nowhere else to go. Was far out. So close to the corner flag as well.
Whipped in by Aguero. And it's put away by Bailey Wright. Great quality on the delivery from Aguero. Nice pace, picks up the assist. And then gets a bit of a dance as well with his captain on the night.
Great delivery from Aguero. Well, Bailey Wright had to do what he does best, getting to the end of those and putting the ball at the back of the net. We've seen time and again in the first half, Balestier Khalsa really weak in defending set pieces, and this time around, really right, picking perfect time to get his third goal for the season.
Well, Aguero making an immediate impact from off the bench, winning the free kick and picking up the assist. 5-1.
I think the more immediate question that we have to ask is how many more?
Well, that was the 35th goal that the Lion City Sailors have scored in the SPL this season. They've only conceded 4. This is their 8th game of the competition. Bailey Wright, after that goal, is going to be coming off to be replaced by Tony Darkovic. You know, I would actually absolutely love for a question to be thrown at Marko Kraljevic about what Rakovic said in the pre-match interview. He often talks about his squad and not having depth. Would be good to hear responses from some of the other coaches in the league, their thoughts on that. Oh, very nicely done by Fodil.
But I don't think any coach would be happy with their squad. I think Marko, if he's going to be put in the same position as Rankovic, he wouldn't be too happy with the fact that he had to play Shopee Cup with 3 outfield players.
We'll come back to that. Let's have a look at Fudil. Just clattered into by Aguero. Took a shoulder to the face. And that's the point Rakovic is making. It looked to be a foul.
Yeah,
It's a late challenge.
Yeah, it is a foul. Definitely a foul there.
Just taking a closer look at that. Yellow card is all it will be. So an assist and a yellow card for Aguero. That's Tajeli. That's Datkovic. Taken over the captaincy. Vujanic. Fudil getting a few cheers his way. Oh, Mandic on the turn. It just looked like the opportunity to shoot was delayed.
Yeah, I think he took too many touches after he turned. I think he only had that millisecond in him. But that was a good control there from Fudil as well. Good, decent build up here. This was the one. This was the one that he had to take that shot. But the touch was poor because and that's the reason why he had to take another one.
The Lion City Sailors winning 11 of their last 12 games against Balestier Khalsa in all competitions. The only defeat coming on the 14th of May last year. 1-0 loss to Balestier. That was after the Sailors had already secured the SPL title. The only other defeat to Balestier in the history was a 5-3 loss in October of 2022. There's Sousa going on a bit of a roll around. Nice quiet evening for him in goal. Estan. Lopez. Datkovic to Costa. Aguero's free and is found. The dropped shot as an option. Just slow it down here before we're going to go forward again. Here's Nakamura. And Dengue. He's had such a good game, seeing Dengue. Aguero trying to get it back from T. Shawal. Here's Kyoga Nakamura. Dengue. This guy's on that pass into Nakamura. Back to Ndenge. Quick first-time shot covered in the near post by Mustapic.
Again, really patient build-up by Lazy Sailors here. Dege didn't know much about that second ball, but managed to put the shot in.
Aguero. I don't think that was a shot. I think he was trying to bend that into Lopez.
I think right after he just raised up his hand and apologized to Rankovic at the bench.
Throw in taken quickly. Here's Lopez. T having to stretch to receive. No way out for Balestier. Mandic. Well, Sailors just deciding to hold off on that counter press. Doesn't lead to anything for the away side. Dengue with time and space in the middle once more. Costa. Oh, it's a great ball, but Tajeli came across nicely. Just in the nick of time. Day. That's Akram. Good to see. A skill from Akram, but it's been turned over. Sugita's cross. Costa. Came at him a little bit awkwardly, but he's been helped out by Ndenge. Here's Nakamura. Shawal wants it. So does T. Look at the Sailors players streaming forward at pace. Costa's there. Aguero into T. Tajeli with the block. Aguero. Ambitious.
Really frustrating for Besar Khalsa. They don't have the outlet to go relieve that pressure. Every time the ball goes out, it comes back again for them to defend. And Lions C Sailors players are pretty much everywhere picking up the second ball.
Looking at a triple change for the Lion City Sailors. Haris Harun, Hafiz Noor and Noor Adam. About to be introduced. Lainatan, Akram Azman and Diogo Costa, the players who will be coming off at the next opportunity.
It does look like it's a like-for-like change. 3 players out of the 4 in the back line.
It was just Leonard T trying to catch out Mustapic. Balestier will be making a change as well. Ifat Shaban will be coming on for Bogdan Mandic. Aguero. What a great pass to Costa as Fudil has come off injured. Won't help his case with the Sailors fans. So an opportunity to make those changes now.
I think it was just more of the ball getting, or rather he was getting hit by the ball to the stomach. A bit of getting winded there.
So those are the changes. Costa, Akram and Tan off for the Lion City Sailors. Hafiz Noor, Haris Harun and Nur Adam on. And for Balestier Khalsa, Bogdan Mandic is going to be replaced by Ifat Shaban.
I think Sugita is down as well. It's not on screen, but stretcher is being brought in.
Ifat Shaban making his fifth appearance of the season in the SPL. Was featured for the club in the SPL too, but that is the reserve league.
Yeah.
Scored 7 goals in 12 appearances in that competition, but no impact in the SPL just yet. Just goes to show you that there is a big discrepancy. There is a big gulf in quality. It's like back in the day when you had the Prime League and the S League.
Exactly. I think it's always a big step if you're from the second league or second tier coming up to the big time. You have to really be of a good quality to make a decent impact. And again, so far we have not seen a lot of players coming or doing well in the SPL2 and then coming up and continue their display of quality in the SPL1 or the Singapore Premier League rather.
Yep. Number 26, Ilyasin Zayan, the 21-year-old, has also come on for Balestier with Sugita coming off. That's Hafiz Noor. Ilyasin getting his first appearance in the Singapore Premier League. Making his debut at this level for the club. Coming up against the Lion City Sailors, team where he spent some time developing. There's Aguero. No way through for Daniel Go. And Dengue.
Dengue just physically so much bigger and stronger as well. Going against Daniel Go.
Ifat Shaban, who's just come on, also spent some time as a younger player with the Lion City Sailors. He was also formerly with Warriors FC. He was playing in the SFL, Singapore Football League, before being picked up by Balestier Khalsa. Aguero.
Oh, Leonard T has been cutting a frustrated figure all game long, especially to both his two wing backs.
Here's Harith. El Yassin. Pass, finds Ifat, who fouls Hafiz Noor. Darkovic. They flicks the header on. Harith with the clearance, being pinned back. Balestier Khalsa. This has been the story of the game, and it's a credit to the Lion City Sailors and what they've done.
We are seeing Lion City Sailors dominating again in the second half. Not creating as many chances as they did in the first, but let's see if they can create something now.
Fodil gets it away from Anderson Lopez. Noor Adam tracks back, wins it high up the pitch. Noor Adam, a player who'll be keen to impress for the rest of the campaign. Won a shot at the Singapore international squad.
Well, he's done with his national service. Good time for him to really cement his place in the starting 11 for Lion City Sailors, and I think that will automatically earn him the national call-up. Left back, not a position where we have abundance of players there for national team.
Harith. It's an interesting battle on that left-hand side for the Lion City Sailors with Noor Adam and Diogo Costa.
I think tough for Noor Adam to really try to break into that position.
There's a nudge in the back of Harith. Referee says no. Harith gets back up and has a shot anyway.
That's the only attempt that Balestier has had this second half. I don't think that's a foul. And he got back up immediately and took that shot on his right foot.
Yeah, checked and cleared. Aguero. There's Darkovic. Over the top for Noor Adam. Goal kick is the decision. Officials have done a good job this evening. Game has flowed nicely. Man in the middle, just his second SPL match as the referee. Another steady outing for him. It's Elijah Lim. Again, clever turn. Tay. Ifat.
I think both teams are just waiting for the final whistle here. Both teams just seeing out the game. Just 1-0 in the second half.
Tajeli. Information we're getting is that there will be 4 minutes added on, a minimum of 4 minutes. Kyuga Nakamura trying to inject some pace into the game with the press, and they forced a mistake from Vujanic, who deals with it well. Almost releases Matic, who gets it anyway. It's Matic. Ifat. Well defended by Noor Adam. There you go, confirmation that we will have a minimum of 4 minutes added on.
Oh, was offside, was it?
It looked like there was a foul on Noor Adam, unless Ifat was in an offside position as it was played into him. There's Aguero. Tenge, T's on the move. Doesn't get it again. Complains again. Oh, he's pointing out to Darkovic where he wants it. Is he going to move once more? Is Leonard Thiem just keeping an eye on the number 9 for the Lion City Sailors? He's saying, I've made the runs, I've offered, I've made the moves. Not getting it in the positions that he wants. Given away by Lopez. Oh, look at that from Darkovic. He has hurt himself. Both players have. Painful collision. Knee onto the shin. Play continues for the moment. Lopez powers his way into the box. Here's Leonard T. I think Lopez wanted it back. T just getting surrounded. Put out so Darkovic can receive some treatment. Impact injury, this one.
Yeah, again, the momentum of Daniel Go. But both players are not feeling too good. But Daniel Go is up on his feet now. Oh, ball being played forward here. Ooh. Didn't look good on real time. Worst on slow motion.
Painful one.
Yeah.
But just the coming together. Nothing more than that. Both players committed to winning the ball. It hurts, but it happens in the game.
He's still wincing in pain.
He looks to be in some agony, Tony Darkovic. And you don't want a situation here where you're comfortably in the lead. You're going to win this, there's no doubt about that. Great performance all night by the Lion City Sailors, and to have an injury to an important player.
To an important player as well. Like he came in as a sub as well. He didn't even start the game. But then again, as much as if, let's say, he gets injured, which I hope that he won't, they're still able quality replacements for Lion City Sailors.
Marko Kraljevic having a close look at that injury as well. Suffered by Tony Darkovic. Rankovic goes across to say, don't need to go back on. They can't make a change, but he's just saying to Darkovic, go and rest, because this game is won. No point risking it.
It's only 10 seconds left, minimum.
It's common sense coaching.
It's good for Darkovic, no pressure.
Lopez. There's no run-up. T. He'd love to get his name on the score sheet. Nakamura. Still some time for him to get on the score sheet, but they need to get the ball into him.
Well, he has made all the runs.
Yeah. Don't seem too interested in doing that at the moment, do the Lion City Sailors. There's Matic. Oh, nicely done. Into goal. Goes on the outside, Daniel Go. And that's the final bit of action in this game between the Lion City Sailors and Balestier Khalsa Football Club. What a dominant display by the home side as they cruise to another 3 points in the Singapore Premier League.
Well, there's no doubt that Lion City Sailors was going to get the victory from the kickoff. They started out really well in the first half, scoring all 5 goals in the first half, and in the second, I think they took maybe both feet off the pedal, and things died down towards the end. But they knew that 3 points were in the bag, and all they had to do was see the game through.
Anderson Lopez with a brace tonight. Diego Costa, Shaul Anwar, Bailey Wright getting the 5 goals for the Lion City Sailors this evening. There was also an own goal in the first half, scored by Lionel Tan. Just the 4th goal conceded by the Lion City Sailors in the SPL this season. This is their 8th fixture. They stay at 100%. They stay perfect in the league. 8 wins from 8. And they go back 7 points clear of BG Tampines on the standings. It finishes here at Jalan Besar Stadium. Lion City Sailors 5, Balestier Khalsa 1. Let's have a look at the highlights. 6 goals that we are going to be seeing, beginning with this one in the 22nd minute. Anderson Lopez pouncing on a mistake from Elijah Lim, and keeping his composure, doing well to go around the keeper to slot that one in.
Well, this was the first of many for Lion City Sailors tonight. Again, Elijah Lim just being pressured and made a forced error for the goal to be scored by Anderson Lopez here. Really technically calm and composed by the number 18.
Balestier responding very quickly. Just a minute after that. Attack down the right-hand side. Ignatius Sang with the ball into the 6-yard box. And it was a coming together there between Lionel Tan and Goldan Mandic. And we were told that it was awarded as an own goal. Lionel Tan perceived to have delivered the final touch.
Really good play from Mandic there for the equalizer. And after that, it was all Lion City Sailors again. This time around, Ndenge and Costa combining perfectly for the second goal. A really swift and deadly combination play here between these 2 players. And not much celebration, but this give and go was of high quality.
Second goal of the season for Costa. That made it 2-1 in the 27th minute. And then in the 32nd, Anderson Lopez putting that one away after some tidy work by the Lion City Sailors down this right-hand side. Nakamura into Akram. Akram with the assist. Lopez with his 2nd goal on the night, his 4th of the season.
Well, a pass, a cross, and a finish from Lion City Sailors here. 3 different players, 3 different actions, and a goal in the end.
Another one coming up for the Lion City Sailors in the 37th minute. Shawal Anwar with his 4th of the campaign. Putting that one away after Kyoga Nakamura had delivered quality into the box once more.
We've seen Kyoga in the first and also the second half delivering similar quality type of deliveries there, and Shawal Anwar finishing it.
And into the second half, Aguero with a come on, providing a contribution with an assist as Bailey Wright headed in at the back post.
Again, delivery there towards the far post, and Bailey Wright timing it perfectly for the header and leaning on Vojanic. Vojanic not looking at the ball at all, just trying to mark Bailey Wright, but Bailey moved away and scored the last goal of the game.
And look at those numbers, Hide.
Similar
the whole story.
Yeah, similar story as it was in the first half. 60% possession, maybe a little bit lesser, but again, in terms of attempts on target, they've been efficient. They've scored at least 50% from the attempts on target, and that's exactly what is needed for them to roll on through the league with their 8th win of the season.
Very complete display from the Lion City Sailors means they go 7 points clear at the top of the standings once more. Look at the goals scored, 35, and the goals conceded, just 4. 8 wins from 8. Club record start to the campaign continues. Gonna take some catching, the Lion City Sailors. For Balestier Khalsa, they stay in 6th on 8 points. One more game coming up for you to wrap up the match week, and that takes place at Jurong East Stadium tomorrow as Albirex come up against Jalan International. Well, thanks for joining us on our coverage this evening at Jalan Besar. Hope you've enjoyed the action we've had for you tonight. See you tomorrow for more from the Singapore Premier League, but for now it's goodbye and good night.